Hi guys, I just had a comment that I wanted to respond to here, and he asked me if you have very negative thoughts, if you have this voice in your head that thinks that things are always going to remain the same, and perhaps makes you feel like you're stuck, you're not getting anywhere, and it's not working with you, it's very uncomfortable and challenging, then it is happening because our awareness are attached to this part of our ego that is creating this very distorted type of thoughts, and this sensation that we are experiencing is not because of the circumstance that we're in or what is happening to us. It is because of our attachment to whatever thing it is that keeps making it so that we are experiencing the same thing over and over. And if you have this negative voice in your head, then know that it is a result of energy, perhaps negative energy, dark energy, parts about you that you have suppressed that is now leaking out into the personality, into your thoughts. And then you, who are not your thoughts, you're not your emotions, you are the awareness, you are the consciousness that observe these things. Your consciousness that you are gets attached and tries to live life through the awareness of the ego. While at the same time, under the surface, within the emotional world, there are things going on that is leading the ego to be such an uncomfortable place, with perhaps mental issues, with perhaps dark thoughts, whatever it is that you are experiencing. That happens because the ego is a survival mechanism that is designed to take you away from things that is painful, that is hurtful. Some of these emotions, some of these darker energies within you, which is just truly parts about you that you have rejected that are quite natural, in fact, is making it so that it's being reflected within the ego where your attachment lies. And so the only way to actually get out of this way of feeling like things remains the same, I have these negative thoughts, I'm in this very dark space, is to recognize that it keeps happening because you keep rejecting what is going on unconsciously within you at this point. It's being created within your mental state, things that are of a very challenging nature because of that rejection that is taking place. And like I mentioned, it's not your circumstance that makes you feel like things are remaining the same. Things are remaining the same. You're feeling that way because you are keeping, or you keep on doing the same thing over and over. You keep perhaps coming into a situation and then you react in the exact same way. You have a belief within the ego that makes you react or take action or behave or think in a certain way that makes you feel like, oh no, this is never gonna end. This keeps happening. Because you're attaching yourself to the ego and its thoughts, which becomes a dark place when you're rejecting so much about yourself. Because the ego is heavily influenced by your energy as a human. You can have a healthy ego, or you can have a lot of mental issues based upon how well you incorporate your energy, your emotional system, or how much it is that you distract from that and run away from it. So if you want things to not feel like it is the same all the time, then you need to do something differently. Perhaps something that you never did before, which in this case is to not attach yourself to these thoughts anymore and recognize that I am the awareness of these thoughts. I can observe them. And at the same time, I can recognize in this moment that there was always an energy within me. And if I kind of hone in a little bit on that, more and more, and learn to do that, I recognize that, fuck, all of this dark stuff that started happening within my mind, that led me to feel in this very dark and negative way was because that energy was manifesting first internally within me, and I was trying to run away from it. And as I was running away from it, it followed me. And now it is being reflected in perhaps my thoughts then, or in how I'm feeling. It's just that I'm not aware of it anymore because I'm so attached to this way of thinking or doing things or reacting to things that I'm not even aware of the fact that this is going on internally. And in this question here, Piek, you mentioned that it's a battle to quiet that part. Stop fighting it. Stop trying to quiet it. Observe it a little bit and recognize that that part can keep going on. That part can keep going on, but recognize that that part is not truly who you are. And the less that you feed into that part and start feeding into the awareness and the present moment of things, the more you also realize that that part only came as a result of something different that you forgot about over the course of your life as you continually ran away from yourself in some way by what it was that you were doing. In this case, using your ego way too much, living too much through the mechanisms of the brain. Because it is so easy to do that for a human. It's so easy to get lost and caught up in this brain because it's so hijacking of your awareness that it's also very easy to kind of believe that you are this mechanism. But you are the awareness. And so shift your awareness into the source of where these issues are coming from. And move into allowance of these things that are being rejected currently. And things can start to change. I hope this answers your question. And if anyone else has questions to me, then drop it on this video and I will perhaps make, if I find that they're good questions, I'll make another one of these videos, just talking to the phone and you guys, because, yeah, I want to give back to you guys. And this is a great way to also do videos that are a little bit more down to earth, because when I'm doing the big camera videos, it's, I always get into a certain type of vibe. And I love making those videos, but here it's a little bit more down to earth. And I get to talk more like person to you guys. So if you have questions, drop it down below. And I'll do my best to get back to you on those. Okay. Love you guys and bye.